Hello, everybody. We're so glad to be here and to be with you as always. I see Will and Jeannie here. Welcome, welcome. So we want to spend a few minutes talking, and it feels like my light is very low. Let's try this. It's there. That's better. We want to go over the energy for the month of March, and this is energy focus of the week, but we also look back for the month of March for a few minutes and see what it is that we are working with there. So that energy was the mosaic. Do you have that one, Leslie, there? So mosaic has been reminding us of all of the different things that are coming into our lives, different people, different experiences, and wondering how we have been able to look at that and enjoy it and see all of it as part of the whole. So, Leslie, what would you say about mosaic?
It definitely speaks to that part where, reminding us that we're part of the whole, and that connection is really, really important always. But at this time, we know that is really one of the things that we can do to really maintain our balance and our connections.
All right. And the lesson for the month of March is the lesson in violet, violet purple. And so what we're working with here is at least what came up for me as I was looking at this again was lack of forgiveness. Um, when violet when violet is unbalanced, you may place high expectations on others. Judgment may creep into your thoughts. Are you hard on yourself? How do you judge yourself? Self judgment often precedes judging others. So that's something that I learned a long time ago, and it still keeps coming up. It's still an important concept that when you look at somebody and they're different and you begin to judge what they wear or what they do with their hair or how they speak or what their thoughts are, you look inside and say, am I judging myself? Because oftentimes when we judge ourselves, then we're very, um, we're not very accepting of other people outside of us. So, Leslie, what would you say about that?
I was drawn to the part that said, "Are you feeling disconnected?" Um, which causes imbalances, and that might happen through lack of forgiveness or judgments. And it says, instead we can move to compassionate detachment. And I liked that too. It's like if we find ourselves in that place of judgment, then we can, you know, um, say to ourselves, okay, I see that, and I've looked inside myself, and yeah, there's something there. I will investigate why I'm being judgmental here, and instead, just you can choose and move toward compassionate detachment. Like you can still affirm that they have their journey and they have their lessons, and uh, so do you. And there's one for you to look at and move through.
So think of that as one of the energies that's affecting us for the month of March. And what I also want to say to us is you still use your discernment. Judgment is saying that somebody should be a different way. It doesn't necessarily mean that you will be attracted to that person or that you might question what they're doing, but you do it out of discernment. You go inside and say, what's really going on here? So that at least you are in the know as you go along. But we don't have to say somebody has to be different. So that I really think there's a important message there,
Yeah.
because what we don't want to do is say, oh, okay, it doesn't matter what you do. It's not that. It's being discerning about that and say, am I just seeing something that's different and I'm not willing to even consider that might be something for somebody else. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so now let's go on into the week. This is the 21st, and so it starts today and ends on Thursday of next week. So think of this energy as more in your personal space, maybe, and an importance to know what it is that's coming up this week. And what's really interesting to me is I'm going to go with the luminary first because I have a story with it. This particular luminary is the one that we picked for our leadership meeting, and it was we dealt with that for some time, did a meditation with it. It was very important to us. So then when I picked the cards for this week, sweetness came up again. So that says to me how important it is. So, what you want to do is to feel this energy of sweetness. And one small piece of that is sweetness says, I open the back of your heart to let in the sweetness of life. And when things get crazy around us, um, I think we close our hearts. I have found what you can do is put a like a strainer or something back there that's energetic, that only that which comes through is in a frequency of love or in a frequency that is compatible with you. But don't close the back of your heart. That's where you receive love. That's where you receive this energy of sweetness. And that right now, that's very important for us to be surrounded by sweetness so that we can be our true selves and not get caught up in all of the drama that's around us. So, Leslie, what did you want to say about sweetness?
Well, it was this beautiful part of it that says, I dissolve the fear. This is a message from sweetness. I dissolve the fear of being vulnerable. I love that. Let my song soothe you. It is the hum of the universe, which embraces you with sweetness and just that loving presence, and um, I love to hear that the song, the song, the hum of sweetness. And
Yes.
I didn't really get that when we were working with that in leadership, but um, just, you know, looking at it again made me take that aspect and just realize, the waves around the outside, that's like music too.
Look at how
You know,
beautiful those are.
it really is beautiful.
And so I would suggest that we just take a moment and imagine that you're standing in the center of sweetness and it's in a round ball. And so just allow yourself to be in this ball of energy. Just let it come into you. If you need yellow, just let yellow come into you. And this beautiful turquoise that's in there. And then in the center, there's the magenta, a little bit like what I'm wearing today. And those colors are really important to us now. So just let yourself breathe in the colors according to what you need. And there's pink in there too, by the way.
Mhm.
So just take some deep breaths. And as you look at this beautiful art, just bring in the colors and the all of the way the lines come together, the whole of the art. Just take it in. Oh, how lovely is that? So take that with you during this week and get out your cards, the luminary cards, and lay them out and find that sweetness. Thank you, Leslie. Um, the other one for today is the lesson in brown. And if you take on all the emotions, this is part of what it says in the color card book. If you take on all the emotions and pain that others are experiencing, or if you try to nurture and heal everyone around you, you will find that you have nothing left. The lesson in Brown is to balance heaven and earth, human and divine. Then all things are possible. I at one time when I was on an airplane going somewhere, I can't remember where it was, but this is quite a few years ago, and I realized that I was aware of everybody in the plane, and I was like working with them, helping them with colors and all this kind of thing. And I finally said, "Wait a minute, you just need to be in your own energy field right now." And there are times when we want to do that, when we feel led to do that. So if that had been a kind of thing where there was real anxiety or something in the plane, I could have done that. But it's not appropriate at most times. So, uh, what
Mhm.
did you find about Brown, Leslie?
Well, the part about where it says, "Are you feeling stuck? What are you avoiding?" And let's see, unwilling to look inside. What do you fear? Ask what you need to be shown, and then step in and wiggle your toes. Don't blame it for holding you back. Step in the mud, it was saying. If you feel stuck, you feel like you're kind of in the mud, and you just like wiggle your toes
Yeah.
and say, I don't blame this for coming up for me. It's okay. And welcome the lesson, and then move forward into your freedom, because each lesson, sometimes I remember when I used to just go, when something comes up that's a lesson, and it's like, I'm here to help you. I'm here to show you you don't have to be. You don't have to be stuck with it. So that one, um, you know, things that we might be avoiding, and I suppose you know, um, I'm preaching to myself as well
Yes, always.
when those things come up. So,
Well, I want to just say, well, first of all, I want to say it's great, Sandra, that you're here,
yeah,
and Shanti, and we did greet Will and Jeannie.
Jeannie,
Yeah,
I
and
see
then we have
Winter.
yeah, Winter A is here, and Janet. Hello, Janet.
Hello.
Glad to have you here. So, one of the things I want to acknowledge is that this has been some very interesting couple of days. Um, my husband doesn't always feel the energies, but he was feeling what I was, which like um, feeling like you might pass out, and feeling like the legs were like rubber, and it was just almost like this wave hit because it came all almost all at once. So one of the things that someone had mentioned to me, I think it was in a leadership meeting, was that no, it was Sid who mentioned it, and she said you could tap on your um, thighs and then look at your hands. Well, we always do the look at your hands after we do a meditation. And tapping on your thighs is kind of like, okay, wake up, legs. You can be here. And then looking at your hands is like, again, connecting. It's connecting with the earth, it's connecting with your body, and it actually helped quite a bit. So you can put that in your toolbox if you get to that place again. There was some time too that was extremely emotional, and then there was also a period when there was a lot of sinus things going on. So put in the chat if you had been experiencing that. And the reason I share this with you is many years ago when we were going through huge changes of energy in for humanity, there was a woman who was every few days she would talk about what every her friends and she were experiencing, and it was so nice to hear that because it was like, oh, it's not just me, you know. Uh, and I think it's good to know that we all have times when those things are happening. So just know that we're going through a huge expansion here, and the energies can be very strong, and that it's okay. But do take care of yourself when those kinds of things happen. So,
Mhm.
Leslie, anything you want to say about that?
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because that was my experience too, especially the last few days. And yesterday was kind of my topper. So it was like, I I thought how strange it felt. I had a luncheon date with a friend, and it was just, I felt like, gosh, everything is just my talk with her, all this, everything was really chaotic and just kind of disjointed. And I thought, wow, what is happening? you know, and take a deep breath and bring in the colors. And yeah, I was rainbowing it a lot yesterday,
Yeah, right.
and tapping and doing everything, that I think of, and breathing. And finally, it was just rest, rest for a bit and then go through. And yeah, I think you're right. Mentioning it and just saying that, we have tools to get through it and we have each other and that sort of thing is very comforting during those times because it seems odd. It's like all of a sudden there's a rush of it and then a little destabilizing. But that, to me, that's a call of, okay, batten down the hatches kind of like thing. It's like, bring my tools and,
Tools, yes,
and
definitely.
breathe and do the things that help. Yeah.
Well, and Sandra's saying that Mercury is retrograde and that affects communication. And um, I
Well,
don't
it's the
know
eclipse
about the rest
too.
of you. What's that?
It was the eclipse too,
I
and
know.
all kinds of things.
And I noticed that I was getting kind of short. And when I get like that, I know that I have to slow down and just get into my calm place and that kind of thing. And then Shanti is saying that what our understanding of it is. Um, I just in general, Shanti, I just say this is such a time of change. And
Yeah.
there is so much going on astrologically and in so many ways. So, um, tipping over words, tongue
Yeah.
tied.
Yeah.
So, I just feel like if you can be aware, you don't have to get scared. You can just know that this is part of a process that we're going through. So,
Yeah.
Jeannie's saying I could Wednesday I couldn't stop crying. Yesterday I was fine 1 minute and then felt so woozy. That woozy was what we had felt.
Mm,
I
mm,
had to sit down with my head between my knees and I felt this weird electricity in my body. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
Hello, John. We're
Uh,
glad you're here. We're talking
is
about
it
those energies
Michelle?
that come
Is
through.
John actually Michelle?
Oh, that's right. It is. Is
I
that
think.
Michelle?
I
Yeah,
think.
I get that. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. She'll let us know.
Yeah.
Jeannie, thank you for sharing that because
Yeah.
it helps everybody. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Gwen. Gwen. Okay.
When? Okay.
Thanks for coming, Gwen. And let us know if you've been having some problems with the energy. And that one is Gwen, Sandra. So
Yeah.
somehow you're going to have to find a way to change the name. And then you can just, even if you don't change the picture, you can have Gwen on
Yeah.
there. uh, But anyway, I just remember how helpful it was to know that I wasn't the only one that was going
Mm,
through that thing. And it's not that you're sick, and it's not that there's something wrong. It
mm,
is simply just allowing yourself to come into your body, get as grounded as you can, and be with it as it goes through. Sometimes there will be some messages that come, but in general, it's helping us to raise our frequency. It's giving us more light and
yeah.
it's bringing in some wonderful things. It's just, uh, we don't want to get tight and just want to relax into it and say, if there's something here for me, I'd like to be clear about that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like those new energies definitely are part of it. And I had a reading with my friend yesterday, and there was like, there's new stuff. There's new stuff arriving, and things are emerging, and I thought, well, that has to be a product of the shakeup. I'm
Yes. Yeah.
feeling because that was more the shakeup part actually, but I trust that because I know that that's happened before. So
Yeah. Well, Shanti likes what you had read. I dissolve the fear of being vulnerable
yeah,
because being vulnerable is important, but do it with discernment
yes,
and with this one with sweetness, you can actually put that around you, and you will feel that
mm,
it is just there with your vulnerability, and it just allows you to remember who you are and be present in that.
mhm,
So, Sandra, we're really grateful for your input on the astrology. That is really helpful. Um,
interesting.
yeah, weird electricity running through your bones with that. Yeah,
Body,
that's it's an electrical kind of. We are have electricity in us as part of our nerves and everything else. So we are very aware when there's additional electricity coming on.
yeah.
All right, so let's go to our readings and see
So,
where everybody is today.
okay, Will is first.
Okay,
And
so do you want to do a color card?
yeah,
Okay, and I'll do a. What is for Will? Oh, there it is. Okay, I want to look. I want to read from this one. Page 26. All right, this one is called Neomatrix,
mm,
and it's the vibrations of 6, 12, and 48. And I do the vibrations just because sometimes the number has meaning for you. Um, so this is not as if you don't already know this well, but transformation is taking place. A new matrix forms and reconfigures energy fields, causing the DNA, the cells, and the blood to change. Comforting the body and the mind through these changes becomes a high priority. I suspect they know that that's part of what we're feeling too, is the matrix is changing. And that when the matrix changes, we feel it in every part of our body. The DNA is changing, the cells are changing. And a lot of this has to do with how you have been evolving, what you have learned about yourself, how you are living your life. And this can be a whole new matrix for you. So, what would you say about that, Leslie?
Well, I'm struck by just two colors really um, stand out to me, and that is the magenta and the turquoise. It feels like turquoise is like a calling to a higher calling for your life, and to step into that. And yet, I mean, it's that beautiful green and blue together. That's really the beauty.
Where's the green and blue? Is that?
Well,
Oh,
in the
oh,
turquoise,
oh, yeah, yeah.
where they
Okay,
blend together
yeah.
and they become that. But if you look at some of the turquoise circles, they have that green right around the outside, and yeah, and it's like really with the numbers. I really feel like this is a very um, deep, I guess, is the word, transformational time, and for him, and the to do it with great compassion for yourself and great compassion for the work itself, knowing that it and trusting that it'll be perfect, whatever you are able to put out there. It'll be perfect in the timing and in the intention behind it.
I see the magenta you're talking about. There's also um, a purple magenta. There's a little bit more purple in there when I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think but there is magenta in there. So that purple, and then some of it goes into almost a violet color. Um, Man, those are really important colors. Um, and the magenta, like you say, that blue that's in there and the green that's in there. I mean the turquoise.
Yeah.
That so, Will, what I would suggest to you is that you sit with those colors as well, and also the shape here. You can see that there is some sacred geometry there.
That really stood out to me too.
Yeah,
That center part where all the connections.
there's
Yeah.
also some pink in those spiky uh, things that move out toward the outside. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. This is really an interesting one, and there's something else here that they want him to know. Let's see. Each step is orchestrated in a team effort through a divine plan agreed to by all. That's not meaning specifically with our lives, but it is meaning as a whole of humanity that we are in a process that is here for humanity, and that we have agreed to that process. Now, when you look out at the world, you're going, "What in the heck? Why would I ever agree to all of that upheaval?" Well, I think we have to look at that in terms of, in order to have change, sometimes things have to come upward and we have to say yes or no to it, because this is a place of free will. So it's really important, Will, as you work on this, that you allow yourself to be aware of these changes, and to recognize you are in charge, and you are in charge of how you move through this, and what it is that you may learn from this. Okay, so Will says the matrix is changing. Opportunity calls. The violet rings too. Okay.
And this
Oh, of course.
your strength is mentally clear, empowered, and fresh. And the color that is the other one that goes with it is purple. And you have definitely purple in the matrix there. But, and yeah, so your empowered self is walking right along with you in this um, this new week coming ahead.
The other thing I get from this, Will, is that you are taking in the new matrix in terms of your knowing self inside. And then you are using that as you live your life in the outside world. And that is what we've been asked to do. Because we are here to be the true that we are, and then to be able to live that out in the world. And this change of matrix means that we have to take that in and feel that through our inner self and then live it out into the world. All right. So who's next? Jeannie? Is Jeannie next?
Jeannie is next. Yes.
All right. I will pick a color card for Jeannie.
Okay.
Jeannie. Well, what I got is Jeannie, you're in the strength of red. And it may be that at times these energies say, well, I couldn't be in the strength of red. But what this means that you are in an opportunity time. This is time when you can use your energy in a way that you don't always feel you can. Because sometimes red can be overpowering. Sometimes red can mean, I got to lie down and rest. There's too much energy going on. But this red for you is, I don't know if you've been thinking about some kind of a new something that you want to do or create, but this red is here to be part of that. It will give you that sense of energy and desire and move ahead kind of way for whatever that is. What do you get about the red, Leslie?
Yeah, I'm getting that too. It's like an opportunity time and time to expand. I don't get like this big wave. I get more of a gentle kind of like moving into it type of feeling.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right. Well, I got expanding for you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, expanding. What a beautiful card. Wow. It's got so many beautiful colors in it. And you can just see the bubbles popping there. To me, it's like ready to burst, ready to happen. This is the numbers 6, 12, and 24. And it asks you to expand your thinking and evolve your vision and embrace your uniqueness and you're part of the orchestra here, the universal orchestra. But this is the part that really stood out to me. If you were to expand your thinking and evolve your vision and embrace your uniqueness, how would your life be different? Perhaps feel you have been doing this. There are levels of involvement. Is it time to expand even further? Look again to see what's before you. Have you missed any signs that would show you it's time to move beyond where you are? What holds you back? Take one step toward freeing yourself to evolve even further. So
And it looks like this is a council almost, of beings. And it means that you have the opportunity to work with other people
Hmm.
around things that really make a difference in this world and things that really are part of your soul desire. And be aware of that this is the time that we are to come together and help each other
Mm.
and be a part of what's going on. I'm getting chills as I'm saying that. And that's partly why we created this community called the Vortal. It gives us a chance to find other people who have a desire, an inner desire to make something happen or want to study something deeper or something of that sort. So do your writing that where you're writing from the soul, like we do in the inner inner what is it called we do that we have available, and I am going to do it in April.
Yeah, journal with your inner
Yeah,
knowing.
with your knowing self. So Jeannie, you know how to do that, and it would be really really good to do that now. So what do you see about that?
Um, yeah, I definitely see that, when you brought up about the council. Yeah. And working, I see it as part of our work too, as each of the bubbles are kind of going out
Yeah,
to connect with somebody. So yeah, it feels very expansive to me.
yeah, me too.
Hmm. Expanding, expanded. Yes. And what did
But am I doing a color card, or is
I don't know.
I think I am.
I think that's it. I was like, we're missing
Oh
something.
my gosh, look at this. Uh, so
Ah,
this is lime green, and this is about coming into your own. And notice that magenta is its counterpart, its partner. And this is about truly coming into your own, who you are here. And that's part of the council is together you become way showers. You have a sense um, of where you're going, and then that there will be others who feel that energy and may want to be a part of that. So this is an important time. This week can actually be a highlight and maybe a real big shift that's going on for you. So what
hmm.
else do you get about that?
I don't think I could add to that. I mean, yeah, that is definitely what I got too.
And it's very heart centered. It's
Oh,
a has
absolutely.
yeah,
It feels like it just goes with expanding like this.
yeah, yeah.
Huh,
All right, who's next?
lime green. Sandra.
All right, Sandra. Let's see what's up for Sandra. Is this the one? Nope. Is that the one? Yes. All right, this is another one that has something of a similar message, Sandra. Do you see how it's different circles? And one of the things that this one is called, all right, Leslie,
Spheres of intention.
here's of intention. Um, it's it's really a way of again being with other people in a circle kind of thing and creating together, even it's if it's just creating an energy flow or doing something with an idea and expanding that idea together. And look at the very center here, and you will see everything is going out from that center into those who are in the circles, and then it goes out beyond from there. So maybe that will have, oh, that's your favorite color. Maybe that will have some meaning to you.
Hmm. That's such a beautiful one. If you
It
look
is.
right in the center too, there's those beautiful magenta or reddish kind of colors. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And Sandra, your card is strength in magenta.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yep. Compassionate healing. And magenta is, I think, lime green is the other way
Yes.
to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And uh, with your spheres of intention, you're carrying it with the strength. That strength is there to um, remind you to have compassion and know that what you're doing, what you are putting out there, and what you are expressing is done from a compassionate nature and a healing, that desire for others to heal as well as yourself. And I'm getting very much that this is for you personally to give to yourself and accept it in, and even make some expansion on that. Um, and as you put out these spheres, that you'll see that comes to you as you work with others.
And one of the things I want to say about the colors is on the different um, different computers, it looks a little bit different. And this one is a little more red, and hers has a little more blue in it. So it's really kind of in between.
Mm-hmm.
So it has the red and it has the blue in it, so that it will appear a little bit different each time. But the biggest thing about it is the compassion and the healing that can take place. And Sandra, I'm feeling like there is something in this strength of magenta that is available to you. It's like there's something still lodged in, let's see, where is it? It's between the throat and the heart. So it's more of the turquoise. There's still something there that is needing some healing, and this magenta can help that. So if you will just imagine magenta going into that area that's the below the throat and above the heart, that area is looking for magenta to help it.
Yeah. Favorite colors. That's great. Um, Shanti is next.
Am I doing a color card?
Yeah, where were we? I think I think I drew the spheres of intention.
Okay, so I'll draw one. So for Shanti, let's see what comes up. Wow. This one, I was thinking it might be a different one, but this one is really important for Shanti and for all of us. This is simply self. And simply self just has to do with reminding yourself, don't complicate things. Go to the bare bones of it and understand what's there. It's kind of like what Peter and I've gone through as we've moved, is you start going through and saying, is this something I love? And if it's not, can I find somebody who will love it? As you go through your things, and let go of things that are not ones that need to go to the next place. And we have to do that in terms of feelings and beliefs and everything right now, and get down to what is the most important. What is the thing that is in my heart and soul that tells me this is what I want to have and go to inside of me? Anything you want to say about that?
Oh, I was just getting that those questions are absolutely important for Shanti, this week, what do I love and what is the most important to me? Those two things really stand out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this card will help you, Shanti. And you can get that card out and just sit with it and meditate on what it is that's most essential and is part of your soul that's here to be with you.
Mhm. So the color card that came up for you, Shanti, is, um, and I'm going to call it lesson in red orange. And sometimes it on the red card it's red, and sometimes it's red orange, and this is red orange. And it says, use your intense energy to live your life meaningfully. And what I was getting is if intense feelings come up or intense situations might arise, that you take that turquoise, that commitment to your spiritual path, that knowing that you are right where you're supposed to be, that you take those colors and use that energy to say, I am living my life the way I am in this period of growth, this period of shifting, and I love that I'm there. I love that I'm there, and I'm going to use this energy to heal, to send out love to others. I'm going to, even in my process, I can know that I am I am using that intense energy that comes up. And I'm as we all go through this, I feel like you're like the rest of us. We have these times of intensity that come up. And
Yes.
if we can go, okay, ooh, this is one of those times. It's an intense time. Okay, how can I use the colors? How can I use that red orange? And red orange is between your red and orange. It's right, it kind of encompasses both a little bit. And it's saying that my emotions, my feelings, my foundation is getting uh, rising up, and to just use that beautiful turquoise, to that which has green from the heart and blue from our throat, to just say, I can use that to mellow it out, to calm it down, and remind me to use that energy for my transformation. And as I transform, so does the outside, so does what happens in the outside world.
Yeah. And what I was getting is it's kind of like um, the old saying of uh, getting the wheat, releasing the chaff and finding the wheat. It's like finding these wonderful gems that are in the midst of all of the emotions and all of the thoughts and all of the things that have come to us, and finding the wheat, find that gem in there that is what you are to work with now, and that's a part of simply self as well.
Yes. And Simply Self is such a wonderful one to just, you know, um, bask in. To me, I think it is. It's just going, just keep it simple.
Keep
Just,
it simple.
you
Yeah.
know, yeah, wonderful. Those are great cards. All right. And Winter Ray is next.
All right, let's see what we got as a color card for Winter A. Well, Winter A, you keep getting strength cards. I wonder if you realize how much you have strength in the colors working with you. This is brown, and it says nurturing, safe, earth connected. So, what you want to do is what I'm seeing you do is to sit with brown and say, what is it that you are showing me, Brown, that I may not be really aware of? because brown has a lot of aspects to itself. It's grounding, but it's a whole lot more than that. It's also connects you to nature. But you have the strength, Winteray. So use that strength in a way that really shows you what brown is bringing to you. Anything you want to say on that, Lucy?
Yeah, I was glad you said that. Well, I resonated with what you said about it's not just about grounding, although that is definitely part of it. Um, but it has other mm, um, connections with nature, including, our physical selves and our um, and just how we relate to nature too. Like, are you getting outside enough? Are you, you know, spending time with, planting things, or, whatever you like to do. But yeah, I felt that aspect of it come through for sure. Hmm. Mm.
Color
So,
card for Winteray. I mean, a luminary for Winteray.
yes, it is
Oh,
love child.
oh,
Child. We love this card.
yes, we do.
um, it's talking about your child self here, this beautiful pink and magenta and light blue and light green and all the um, yeah, you can even see more details in Arlene's. It says protect your innocence with your discernment that knows what's safe and what is not, that knows what's healthy and what is not. That knows when others are helpful and when they're not. And then wrap serious around you. And it says, in cotton candy while you explore the world with childlike wonder. In other words, to me, it's about bringing that child forward and saying, hey, if I haven't been paying enough attention to you, you know, we can do stuff together that maybe would lighten up the load here. If you're feeling overwhelmed or feeling, like I just need a break, Love Child is a wonderful place to be. And the colors here, embrace yourself with pink, with magenta. See the little hearts in the middle. I mean, this is saying, I'm available to bring that kind of love to you. Um, and your discernment is a big part of what will help you with that. And if you're discerning, like, I need a timeout, or I need to contact a friend and really connect with them, or I need to, whatever comes up for you, can be very helpful to you at this point. Um, and you might ask yourself, what things does your inner child like to do? What kind of things could you do for her that might, make her feel noticed and acknowledged and part of your life? Because we don't really ever, that little part of us, it's still in there.
Absolutely. It's an important part of us. I
Yeah.
think it's part of the divine energy that comes to remind us that this is a beautiful place. That it is a fun place, and that all the other noise would try to say that it's not, that it really is if we pay attention to it. And I love it with brown, because brown has that wonderful. It just feels like it gives us an opportunity to go, ah, ah,
Mhm.
and Love Child is a little bit like that.
Yeah, it sure is. Oh, okay. Janet. Janet.
Okay. Is it Janet, or is it, let's
No,
see,
I think it's Janet, right? Yeah.
John was Gwen. Is it,
No, it's not
do
that.
we have a Janet too?
Remember
Oh,
Janet
there she
Foster.
is, Janet Foster.
Janet
Okay.
Foster.
Okay, Janet, let us know that you're still here. So let's see. Okay, I am picking a luminary for Janet. Oh, this one really wants to come out. All right, this one is mosaic. And
Hmm.
I'm feeling, Janet, that there are some things in the mosaic of your life that are difficult. And what mosaic is saying is don't push them away, just be with what's there. There are some messages for you as you just are with whatever it is that seems like um, it doesn't fit, or it seems like it doesn't have an energy that really works for you. But we don't have to take all that on, but it's important if we just recognize that it's there. Just let us know in the chat if that's something that's important to you. Um, Anything else you want to say about that?
Well, I do see that that the mosaic reminds you that you're part of the whole, that you are valuable, you are needed. You, no matter how um, things might appear, that your progress and your growth is encouraged by so many of us. And just know that you have the support this week to move into those places that might have felt uncomfortable.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and just know that you're supported, and the beautiful white light in the middle there is just beaming right out at me and saying, reminder, reminder.
And
That
you're really deeply loved. I can feel the love that is there for you.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And your color card is strength in blue,
Oh,
which means communication is going to be really important this week. And um, it can be a place of peace for you as you communicate. And it can be flowing and creative. You're able to do that. There's, and it can, what else am I getting here? Um,
this
yeah,
looks. This doesn't look like blue, so
yeah, yeah. It's just this beautiful acknowledgement that as you are moving into this new week, that um, your communications of that, when you really take it in that you are supported and loved, that it's easier to give that to those around you. And I think you'll be finding that that beautiful energy can express itself to those who are around you and those who care for you, and at this time.
yeah, that's beautiful.
Okay. And Gwen is next.
All right. So I am doing a color card for Gwen.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lesson in turquoise here,
Mhm.
and it says yes, say yes to the meaning of your life. But a lot of times, what that means is something is changing in your life, and you may be kind of not afraid of it, but you might be I don't know if I want to go there. And if this is part of what the meaning of your life, just say yes, even though you don't know all the ins and outs, and you will find out as you go into it. Um, so this one is a tough one sometimes, because if there are a lot of things that you feel are already overwhelming, you go, do I have to say yes to something else? But a lot of times, what that will do is take you in a direction that gives you so much energy, and so much a feel of, oh, this is who I am and what I'm about. Do you get anything else about that one?
Mm, The yes, just what I was seeing is a great big yes. For some reason, it was just
Okay.
like yes,
Yes.
kind of a hesitation, but then okay, yes.
Yes.
It's like really making that, and knowing that the fear, whatever fear it is that's there, is just a hesitation, and it's like because we don't know, but you can put out there that I draw only good to me. I draw good things to me in my life, and I think your card that you're gonna get right now is gonna help you with that. It's on page 10, and it is Dolphin Song.
Oh, that's a good favorite one.
Yeah, yeah. This is Dolphin Song, and it's about embracing the lightness, the light really, and that lightheartedness and playfulness, and know that in the realms of source and spirit, that we can go there for respite. We can go there for time when we really need to rejuvenate. And the numbers are 4 and 12. And it says, let me whirl you into the stars to see the magnificence that you know. Sit beside me in the nothingness to rejuvenate your inner resolve. So I think this is about rejuvenating your inner resolve to say yes. hmm And
And
know that,
just think of it, the middle of it, like a pond, and go jump in. That's what I got. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
no, go ahead. Yeah, I, it just feels like saying yes, yeah, yes, when you know you're supported and you know that it's not going to be this arduous, hard thing,
It
you
isn't.
know, and it's just like trusting that the universe has got you, that it's got your back, it's got your front, it's got all parts of you, and says it's okay to come in and swirl around and play because that's part of the bigger picture.
Yeah. No problems, Gwen. We got you here, even if you can't get that changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really good one. When we get into that place where we just want to be in this energy of flow, that's a good place to be. And one of the things that came up the other day when I was doing something, I can't remember, but was reminding me that we are in the world, we are beyond the worlds, and we are, let's see,
Uh,
in the we were
of the world, in the world.
in the world, of the world, and beyond the worlds, and
Yeah.
all of that is true. It's all reality, because there is a tendency for people to say only what I can see and what I can touch and all that reality. Well, we've got a lot more reality going on than that. And it was good to remind myself, well, all of that is important and all of that is true for me, because I sometimes go a long ways beyond the other kind of reality.
Yeah. Yeah. What sounds like an amazing week is up for all of us and
Yes, yes.
all of you.
And don't forget to check in with us next month. And if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, please do that. You can do it on transformationaltools.com. And we're going to be talking about some things coming up next month. Pretty good. And I'm going to be teaching the class on masculine, feminine, but it's going to be toward the end of April, so that I can finish getting my life together before we get started. So thank you all for being here. We love it.
hmm
And we'll
Yeah.
see you next week.
See you next week. Bye for now.
Bye bye.